What's up, everybody? It's your boy King Hussle, and yes, it's the best money and credit channel on YouTube. So make sure you subscribe and hit the all notification bell. So whenever I drop new sauce, new lessons, new methods, and giveaways, you'll be the first one to be notified. You'll be the first one to know what's going on. Hey, you might be the first one to win something for free. So make sure you subscribe and hit the all notification bell on all the YouTube channels. Also, make sure you follow me on my Twitch, King Hussle Live. I do all my freebies and giveaways from those YouTube channels and the Twitch. So make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell so you won't miss out on nothing. Also, make sure you follow me on my Kick King Hustle X1M. Just made that, so we about to be going live on Kick. Also make sure you follow me on all my social media platforms. All you gotta do is click the title on every video. Once you click the title on every video, at the bottom in the description, all my social media links will pop up. All right, got a lot of fake King Hustle pages out there, so please get a FaceTime verification call or video to make sure you see this face. Make sure you are doing legit business and you are getting what you paid for. Right. And before we get anything started, this is all educational purposes only, not telling anybody to do anything. So let's get this thing started. Hey, let's get this thing started. Hey, what to do, my real King Hustle fans, supporters, subscribers out there, my real Hustle Nation Empire family members, and we are back at it again with the gems, back at it again with the sauce, back at it again with the information that's going to turn you into a boss. So you're tired of being a zero, you ready to be a family hero? Listen up, take a seat, get your notepad and get your pen, because you already know when I drop these videos and y'all get them notifications, it's going to be some information that's going to help you win, keep you informed, or keep you entertained. So with that being said, you know how we get down over here on this channel. We talk about the new scams, the new methods, the new bank scams, the new bank methods, the new tech fraud that's going on. We talk about a lot of things that's going on in today's world because a lot of people are not really understanding how technology is where it all starts. Now, the dark web has been around for a very long time and it has evolved. Back when I was a kid, because I've been on the dark web since I was about 6 years old. And back then it was very easy to get on dark websites, but as the years evolved and the things evolved in the world, they made it more encrypted, more hidden for people to be able to access these type of things. Now, ever since COVID-19, scams and fraud have been up 600 to 800%. Everybody's trying to do some type of scam or fraud. The fraud world was put into people's face. And due to social media, people are seeing it on a consistent basis. So that was about 6 years ago, right? Now, when the PPP loans came, there was a lot of people who got fraudulent loans or fraudulent businesses. They got these cars, these homes, these Lamborghini. They got a lot of different things. And a lot of people who followed throughout the whole process of the PPP loan, doing their forgiveness, they got away with it. And there's a lot of people who didn't, and they end up going to jail. But the whole process was now in people's mind. A lot of people knew that you can get large amounts of money, loans, credit cards, lines of credit with business loans, utilizing credit. So now everybody wants to get into the credit world. Everybody wants to get some type of business. Everybody wants to get some type of loan, credit card, line of credit. So now that's why it's a surplus of people teaching credit and pushing out credit now because that's the reason. Because one, you can get funded with credit. You can get loans, credit cards, lines of credit, but people are people and people find loopholes and different ways to do something. So if you can make some, wherever there's money being made, there's going to be some type of scam or fraud being committed. Now, when it comes to fraud and scams and methods, a lot of people are stuck in this vortex of thinking like, oh, you got check scams, you got credit card scams and things like that. And there are different type of categories, different type of scams, different type of methods. There's a lot going on in this dark world, in this dark web. Now, first of all, people got to understand there are three different people in this world. You got scammers, fraudsters, and you got hackers. There are those three people are do not do the exact same thing. Scammers are people who social engineer, manipulate, or trick people, victims, into basically sending or giving their own money. Fraudsters are people who buy or compromise people's information to get loans, credit cards, lines of credit, apartments, cars, cash checks, so on and so on, utilizing other people's information. That's fraud. Hackers, compromisers, those are the people who basically get information, valuable information, and either sell it on the dark web or hold it for ransomware, meaning that they might compromise a Nike or Adidas or some major corporation's information, say, hey, and contact them, say, hey, we have this valuable information that if it was leaked, if we leak this, it can bring your business down. Pay us a X amount in Bitcoin, or we're gonna leak it, which is called ransomware. So there are different type of techniques that these three different people utilize. Now, there is real-time fraud, then there's the technical fraud world. Now, real-time fraud is the methods where people are doing things in real time, far as check fraud, working, putting people who work in mail, postal offices, robbing mail carriers, robbing mailboxes, um, making their own checks, et cetera, and going into these banks trying to cash these checks, or having other people, runners, going to the banks and trying to cash the checks, acting as if they're somebody or the person on the check or the account holder, so on and so on. Then you got credit card fraud, where scammers and fraudsters are figuring out ways how to steal people's credit card and debit card information. So they think about all the places that they utilize these cards. You got POS machines. There's a POS machine everywhere that we go. There are a lot of places that only allow you to utilize a debit card or credit card to purchase anything from them. So the world is starting to become a place where you have to utilize this card, and once every time you use this card, that information is being stored on some type of database. And then they got these skimmers, and skimmers are basically tools or covers. Like, let's say, you know how we got our iPhones and we go get phone cases to put over our phone to protect it from breaking. You know, when you putting something together and you gotta clip pieces and parts together to put it together, like, it's the skimmer is basically like an ATM. So you know, you where you insert your card, that part can be a skimmer, meaning that you can take that off and it can be the real card inserted right there, and it'll look exactly like it, like it's a clip, like you can just push it on there, clip it, and it like a part on the card, like you take the part and there's like little pieces where you insert it and you push it in, and then now it's right there. That's how it is. POS machines at ghetto gas stations, and more likely in the hood and ghetto places. And on the POS machine, where you tap your card, those can be skimmers too. So most times, people, if you wiggle it and you can take it off, it'll be a whole cover, like, and it'd be a skimmer. Like on the back, it'll be a little chip and a little that's gathering the data. Like a- ATMs again, where you type in your PIN. If you mess with it and you can peel it off, the pin stroke where you type in your pin number, that could be a skimmer too, recording your pin number. See, these skimmers can be at gas pumps. There's a universal key that people figure out where to get and for gas pumps, and they get into these gas pumps and they place these skimmers inside of these gas pumps, which so means whoever utilizes this gas pumps and use that card, their information is going to be on this skimmer. So there are different ways, real time ways that people utilize to do different type of methods. Even ATM jackpotting, where scammers or fraudsters basically place some type of malware on this ATM, because the ATM is nothing but a small computer running off Windows, and putting this malware on this ATM and commanding it to basically disperse all the money up out of it. Real time fraud, which allows people who are committing these methods or scams to be on camera. Now, that's real time fraud. And then you got technical fraud, tech fraud. And people don't understand that this world is the most dangerous world, because the world runs off technology. Everything runs off technology, from our phones, texting, FaceTiming, from these apps, Cash App, Venmo, Zelle, PayPal, Chime, from the lights outside, from everything is ran off technologies, signals, waves, databases, servers, connections, things like this. And this is what people are not understanding. Technology runs everything. When we go to the bank and we deposit money into our bank account, that money is no longer physically there. It's a digital number. It's technology. And they're using our money to loan to different banks, to loan to different countries, and give other people loans and things like that. There is no box, safety the box in the back with your name on it. That every time you go put cash into the bank, take cash to deposit, it goes into that box. No, it's now a digital number. It's you just basically gave it away. What if the systems shut down due to technology and you can't pull out no money out the bank? Now what? This is what people don't understand. Wi-Fi is technology. Wi-Fi is a signal that's being shot out in a certain range that if you have this password, you can connect to this Wi-Fi and get that signal. This is what people are not understanding how powerful technology is. That's why I'm in the tech world, because this is what's interesting to me. How you can somebody can be at a computer and control basically anything, everything that they want, because the world runs off technology. Technology allowed us to go from having keys to key fobs to be able to unlock doors, to start cars, to do all of these things because of signals and waves that's being shot to transmitters to with codes are saying this is the right code, unlock. And then the door unlocks. That's what it's doing. And people aren't understanding this. They made it, technology has made it now that you can now have a credit card or debit card virtually on your card, on your phone, and not have to physically have the card anymore. So it went from us having physical cards, and now we don't even got to bring our physical cards with us somewhere. It's on our phones. So now our phones are now our debit card. So now we tap our phones on these POS machines. It will pay from that debit card, which is sending a signal and a code to say, hey, use this debit card, which is connected to this bank where this digital number is to take out of. Technology. This is what people are really seeing. And now there's a new generation of scammers and fraudsters and hackers. These same people who were kids 6, 7, 8 years ago playing Roblox, playing 2K and GTA and Call of Duty and all these games are now in this world. There are more scammers and fraudsters and hackers in this world now due to technology. What do you mean due to technology? Due to you being able to connect with other people across the world on these gaming systems due to technology, playing on these different servers due to technology, coding, AI. This is all technology that's allowing it the world to be easier for people, but as they're also making the world easier for scammers and fraudsters and hackers. They're making their job easier because you got AIs now, you got chat GPT sites now, you got fraud GPT sites now. Everything is being listen. It's really like when people start to wake up and really see what's going on in the world and start to connect the dots and see how like what's really going on, like you can use this for that and you can use this for that and you can do this and do this, it'll start really like you start to wake up and see how crazy the world really is. And like I said, this new generation of scammers, fraudsters, and hackers used to be the same kids that were in the house all day playing the game, talking to people, trying to get VC and Robux and these things for these games to get skins and all this. And parents aren't paying for that all the time. And you got to understand, there are kids playing with adults on these servers, on these games, and there are some crazy people out there that's telling kids how to do certain things, how to get this, selling accounts, loading these accounts with their parent information and selling them to other people and learning new techniques and getting and starting to understand the dark web and how to get on there and do different things. And people minds are different and they're stuck on this game and computer all day, every day that they're in this technical world. And this is what they shift to because like I said, the dark web is a real place, but you just gotta understand the dark web. It's not illegal to get on the dark web, but it's illegal when you start doing illegal things as far as buying illegal things and trying to look at things. Y'all know what I'm talking about. A lot of people gotta understand that dark websites are not www. This is what blah blah blah.com. No, they're long encrypted look like Bitcoin addresses with .onion at the end that you cannot promote on the clear net. So you're not going to go type in what are the top 25 dark website. This you're not going to get it because one, dark websites are very hard to come across on the dark web. A lot of real sites on the dark web are either you have to have a membership, a login, or have to have an invite. Like somebody who already in there got to tell the admin like, hey, invite this person, let them in there, and things like that. Because one, there are cyber police. And for these sites on the internet that anybody can just go to, make it make sense. If it's a cyber police and they go into these sites and just trying to buy, they can track IPs, they can do all that. When people get on the dark web, your IP is now visible. So scammers and hackers can track you through your IP address. Like these are things that normal people don't know about. So they go on the dark web and they computers start acting crazy and funny and viruses and all that because this world is not like they don't know about it. And then they got so like I said, it's a new generation of scammers, hackers, and fraudsters, and they're creating these new sites that are allowing people to utilize these virtual instruments. They're it's a site on the dark web called the Vortex Megaplace, and the Vortex Megaplace basically is a place where you can it allows you to create and do anything virtually. It's like a GPT site. You can create you can find IPs and track people who enter the dark web. You can virtual cards, virtual whatever. It's a virtual world. So and like I said, the websites on the dark web is not www.vortexmegaplace. No, it's gonna be it's a long encrypted webs encrypted whatever. And it look like a long Bitcoin address with dot onion. I'm not giving it, but that's the name of it. The place on the dark web, and there's different forums on it. Like a lot of times people go on forums to meet people and find information. Just like Reddit forums, there are dark web forums with different topics that people go on and just chat and talk about. So there are places on the dark web that you can talk to different type of people who do different type of things that aren't selling anything that might sell something. Who knows? But it's just forums that you're just connecting and talking with people. But that place right there, Vortex Mega Place, is everything virtual. It's like the virtual reality, which allows these kids to get this virtual information to buy roadblocks, to buy VC. Like it's real life kids on there playing the game, passing this site around and doing everything virtually. Like these kids are getting more equipped and more knowledgeable about technology due to the game, due to older people being on there, due to the dark web, due to the world being ran off technology. And at the end of the day, at the end of the tunnel, there's always going to be some type of victim. It might be you, it might be a person, it might be the bank, it might be both. And these things and sites are being created or happening because of the vulnerability that's out here in this world. We use our information and you have to use our information with so many different places, banks, businesses, you name it, that these businesses aren't as tightly secured as we think, which allows these scammers and hackers to be able to easily penetrate, compromise, or hack their databases and get this information and sell it on the dark web. Because you got to understand, we got our debit card and credit card stored on file on a lot of different places where we got to make payments. Our personal information is stored in basically a lot of different places where we have accounts at. So it's just not one place. There's a lot of different places. It's a lot going on in this world. So, like I tell you guys all the time, make sure you guys are getting your Norton LifeLock to monitor all your personal social media and financial accounts to make sure no suspicious activity is going on. And it will monitor the dark web to make sure none of your personal information is on there being sold. So, make sure you guys get your Norton LifeLock. Make sure you guys freeze all through your credit profile. Somebody can get anything in your name, no loans, credit cards, lines of credit, no no cars, no apartments, no nothing unless you unfreeze it. And make sure you guys get new debit card and credit cards every so often, every quarter. I would say because we tap, insert, swipe, order online, use our cards all day, every day, and every time we do, our that information is now stored in a database. And there's always a database compromise, leak, or hack. We get the notifications all the time on our iPhone. So every quarter, I would say there's 4 quarters in a year, 12 months, 4 quarters, 3, 6, 9, 12. Every 3 months, get new debit card and credit cards. So wherever that old information is stored, maybe you ain't got to do it so often, maybe, but you get the idea. That old information is being stored, and the new card, it'll no longer be valid because that information is no longer valid, right? So make sure you guys are staying more safe, staying more cautious, and being more aware of what's going on in this real crazy world that we are living in because, hey, it's really is really happening. All right. And we can't do nothing about it but keep ourselves safe. So stay more safe, stay more cautious, and be more aware out there. All right. So shout out to all my real King Hustle fans, supporters, subscribers out there because without y'all, there be no me. Y'all motivate me keep going. Y'all motivate me keep dropping the sauce. And y'all motivate me keep y'all entertained. So shout out to all of y'all. Anybody out there is tired of being broke because it ain't no joke. Let's get to work. FaceTime one-on-one limited gyms are $1,000. But for limited time only, I'm doing them for 600. Get 600 cash app or Bitcoin payment. Once it's on your balance, send me a screenshot. Let me know your pin ready, and we'll go from there. All right. No screenshots, no replies, no 21 questions, and please do not yell me. Make sure y'all book your seat on the webinars Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, 250. Make sure y'all book your seat on the crypto tour in-person limited gyms, 3,500. Make sure y'all book your seat on the month-long mentorship, 750, and you will receive a free 1K load with that. So don't miss out on that. 10 seats available. Make sure y'all checking out my vendor platforms on Telegram, the Potato app, and Discord, Millionaire Networking World. Still looking for people for the production company. Make sure y'all subscribe, hit the notification bell. All my YouTube channels, my Twitches, IG, TikTok, Snapchats, Discords, Kicks, all that. We going live, baby. Make sure y'all checking out the crypto world because it's changing people's lives, and make sure y'all getting in where y'all fitting with these loads. All right, 125 and up. You sit back, relax, do nothing. Send them screenshots and y'all ready. Let's get to work. And with that being said, it's your boy King Hustle. Y'all know I get down in these videos. I will see you at the next lesson video or live. Peace.